Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thank you all so much for joining me today for our Paid Ads 101 class. My name is Chelsea. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing. So, just a few housekeeping before we go ahead and get started. Um, we do have a chat box, so feel free to put your questions in the chat box, and I'll do my best at the end of our class if we have enough time to get those answered for you. We do have our YouTube channel that I would highly suggest checking out. I've already put one of our social media classes in there for you, but we actually have a ton of other specific detailed videos, tip videos, and everything else KW systems and command to really help you get a good grasp of how this whole system works. As always, if there's something that you think of after our class, or if you need help with anything else, you can always email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And that has just been put in the chat box for you as well. So let's go ahead and get started today. Actually, let's log out. We're going to start right from the beginning. So you will want to, in order to get to your paid ad section, we are going to be utilizing the command system. So you will go there by logging into agent.kw.com. It's going to bring you to this login screen that you see here. This is where you're going to put in your username and your password. Just keep in mind that your password is not case sensitive. However, your password is. So you want to make sure that if there are any capital letters, that they are notated in this password. Additionally, you do not want to have any spaces before or after because that might cause issues signing in. Now, if you want to see what your password is, just to double check, you can click on this eyeball button right here, and it is going to show you what these characters are so you can make those adjustments. So once you are all set with that, we'll go ahead and click sign in. And it's going to bring you to your command dashboard. Now, we will be talking about our paid ads today. However, in order for our paid ads to run, we are going to be sending those paid ads to our social media channels. So we do need to make sure, first and foremost, that our social media is connected. So we are going to do that by clicking on our name in the top right corner. We're going to click on settings. And this is going to bring us into our integrations page. So this is going to be all of the available applications that you are able to connect to your command account. So on the left-hand side, you can see what all of those applications are. The middle column will show you the status of whether it is connected or not. And then on the right-hand side, you have the ability to manage that connection. So one of the biggest things is having, as we scroll down, you're going to see that we have Facebook Ads Manager and we have Facebook Post Scheduling. So Facebook is one of the channels that is the biggest that we are going to run ads through. Now we're going to go over to the side and yeah, this is not allowing us to manage. I'm already running into some issues with Facebook today. So let's go down to social. We're going to connect our account. And when you click on that, it's going to bring up a login that is going to have you put in your Facebook email and your password. So you actually are going to connect your command to your personal account. So let's go ahead and see if it's going to, yeah, see, it's not going to let me. All right, let me show you my backup plan, which is going to be, let's see if it's going to work. Sorry, guys. Thank you all for your patience. Technology, sometimes it just doesn't work and that's okay. All right. Let's see if I could do this. I'm actually going to pull up a prior video. All right. Okay. So as we're scrolling down, we are going to see our Facebook post scheduling. Let me move my mouse over. So when we go over, you're going to see that it's going to say connect account over on the right-hand side. Now, when we go ahead and click connect account, it is going to bring up this login where you are going to be able to use your email and your password in order to put this information in. You'll go ahead and click login. It's going to ask you which pages you want to connect, and you're going to connect it to your already existing business page. You're going to get that green bar up at the top that is saying that it has been connected. Then it's going to show you up at the top, we have our post scheduling. So we can go ahead and click on manage, or you can connect additional accounts. And I apologize about what's it called? The mouse moving quite a bit because I'm using a prior ad. But anyway, okay, so let me go out of there. That's going to just show you a little bit about how we can get that connected. Now, let me just go back into our actual page. So once you get into that Facebook, you are going to have that ability to get that connected. Um, Reminder that it will be through your personal Facebook account, but then you are going to connect it to that business page that you have created. And if you are not quite sure how to create a business page, I would suggest checking out our Build Your Social Media um, what's it called video that I have included, and I will include this again just because we've had a few people come after. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, sometimes, we're only as good as our technology working some days, and it certainly doesn't help in a tech class. So I apologize about that. Um, but yes, so once you get your Facebook scheduled, and just let us know if you have any issues doing that, and we can certainly help and walk you through this. So now we are going to go over to our designs. I'm going to show you a few things about designs. So when we go ahead and click on that, this is going to bring you into your design center. Now, the reason that I am showing you designs is because this is where you are able to create the graphics that you are able to add into your paid ads campaigns. So if we're looking, this is our dashboard of our prior designs that we have utilized. However, if there's another design that you are looking to use, you can either import a design or you can create a new design. So if you're going to import, it's going to be one that maybe you've created outside of the command platform, especially if you're using something like Canva. Or if you want to create one right through command, you do have that ability. So we're going to go ahead and click on create design. And because we are talking about paid ads, we are going to choose social because our paid ad is going to be running on our social media. So we'll go ahead and click social. We will click next. Might take a second, but this is going to bring up our design platform. So now we're able to see all of the templates and the back end of the design program. So once we are in this, you're going to see up at the top, we have a few tabs here. The one that we are currently in is our templates. So um, if we look on the left-hand side, it's going to provide this menu for us. Let me just uncheck all of these. So these are all of the different items that we have under our template. So we can go ahead and click whichever one we want. We're actually going to, for the purpose of the video today, we'll click on listings and we'll run a paid listings ad. So when we go ahead and click on that, let's say that we are going to click just listed. This is going to bring up all of the different templates that we're able to use for our paid ad. So we'll go ahead and click on the first one. You'll see that this box in the right-hand corner pops up and says use. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And it's going to open up the design editor for us to start creating this design. So once this opens up, you do have the ability to update this and make it whatever you want. I don't know why we are loading. It's just how it's working today, I guess. It's all good. We'll roll with the punches, I guess. So, we can just go ahead and click in this box and update any of the information. It looks like this has 2 pages. Let's go to page 2. Oh, this is a postcard. Okay, let's move back. Sorry about that. We're going to go back to home. And we will just pick, we'll do this one, our for sale. Nope, that's also one. We're just finding a whole bunch of postcards today. All right, let's go ahead we're going to do social square. There we go. We're going to pick this one and we're going to select use. All right, there we go. So this is our social post that we're going to be using for our paid ad. When we do that, we have the ability to update whatever we want in this post or in this post. And then we can go ahead and select done, save, and it will save it to our design editor. So where we were on that first screen. Now let's go back into our command, and you may have to click on the back button a few times to get back there. There's no way to get back into our command from the design editor at this point in time. But hopefully they update that soon. It's a little tedious. All right, perfect. So we'll go back into our designs and then you will see your design in this platform. So now that we have created our design, we're going to go into our campaigns and talk a little bit about the dashboard and the different options that you have within your campaign dashboard. So we are going to click on our campaigns applet, which you'll see right here. And when we get into our campaigns dashboard, you're going to see up at the top that we have a few different options. So there are multiple campaigns that you are able to run through the command system. However, we are just going to be talking about paid ads today. So you can get to the paid ads section by either clicking on the tab right here. The other way that you can get to it is by clicking on the create campaign button in the top right corner. And then you'll see that you have all of your options here, the last one being paid ad. So either way, those are the 2 ways that you can get to the paid ad section. So we'll just go ahead and click on our paid ads. Now, when we get to this, we have our menu over on the left-hand side. Now, you're going to see that we have our dashboard. So that's what we're currently on. This is going to provide you with all of the different options that you can run through your paid ads. The next option that we have is programs. These are going to show you all of the ads that you are currently running. And then we have our automations. So that's going to be anything that you have set up as a recurring ad. The next thing that we have is going to be assets. So if we click on this drop down, it's going to have a few more options under here. The first one is going to be Facebook pages. So if we go ahead and click on this, this is going to bring us back to the same page that we started off at, where we were in our integrations and we connected our Facebook page. So when you're in your integrations, remember all the way to the right-hand side, we have our manage button. When you click on that, it will bring you back to this page to be able to see what pages you already have linked. Or if you needed to add another Facebook page, you can click right here and then click continue with Facebook to add your Facebook page. So those are two different ways that you have the ability to add your Facebook page to your paid ads. Now, next we have our leads. So this is going to bring up any leads that you are getting through your paid ads. So if you click on this, it's just going to provide a list of any of the leads that have come through any of the ads that you have run. And then next we have our media library. So this is just going to keep track of any of the media that you have used in any of your ads for quick use that you can then use for another ad, or you have the ability to add new media again. So this is another place where you can store any of the media that you'd like. If you didn't want to have to go back to the design center, you could just keep it all right into this one section. And then the last thing that we have is our support. So if you click on that, you just have your option to contact support if you're running into any issues. Now we're going to go back up to our dashboard because, like I mentioned, we do have quite a bit of options here that you can choose between. So you're going to notice the first thing that we're going to talk about is these different colors under here. So the blue is going to indicate that that ad is going to include a Facebook lead form. Now, what that means is that you do not have to have a landing page. Facebook is going to have that for you. Now, what I mean by that is when you go to run, let's say this listing paid ad, for instance, and maybe you have seen this before. So your ad comes up on Facebook and it has, new listing in this great neighborhood. Want more information, add your contact information here. So Facebook is already adding that contact field to get that leads information, and it will come into the system into this lead section here. Now, on the other hand, we have the ones that have this yellow option on the bottom. So yellow means that you will have to supply the contact lead form. So that means that you are going to have to include something that is going to have the ability to capture that lead's contact information. So blue will automatically include that lead form through Facebook. Yellow is meaning you are going to have to include something. Now, the most common way that we see this is people will add their KW agent website because your agent website has the ability to add your lead capture form, and many of your websites probably already have this on there automatically. We have the contact me or the contact us form at the bottom of one or multiple of your pages. So that will be included in these paid ads that are the yellow section, so that when the lead clicks on that ad, they'll be redirected to input their contact information into that website lead capture form, and then you will get that lead right into your command. So those are the differences between the blue and between the yellow. Now, you're going to see that we do have quite a bit of different icons here as well. So, of course, actually, before I get into the icons, if you're just looking at the actual ads, you're going to see that some of them are for listings, and it's going to tell you exactly what the ad is able to target. So you'll just want to make sure that if you are wanting to do a paid ad for a listing, you have the ability to do a single image or a video, or you can choose this one, which will allow you to add multiple images at a time. This one, you can add multiple listings with multiple images. Now, this one is going to be a non-listing, and you can add a single image or a video. This one, you are able to attract sellers. This one is attracting buyers, recruiting agents or branding, And then we have attract sellers, attract buyers, but you're going to notice that now we have different text underneath. So this is going to be a monthly recurring subscription. This next one is going to be listing for a single image. We can attract sellers, attract buyers, and then we have our non-listing again. But what is the difference between all of these? Because I've said attract sellers and attract buyers multiple times. That's where these icons are going to come into play. So now you're going to want to take a look at not only this, but you're going to want to look at these icons. So this icon right here is indicating Facebook. So this is going to be posted to Facebook. This icon next to it is the icon indicating Instagram, which means that this will get posted to Instagram. So we see that all of these on the top are pretty much the same. So they all have the ability to get sent out to Facebook and or Instagram. Now, when we get to the second section, you're going to see that now all of a sudden we have this icon right here come into play. So this is the Google icon. This is indicating a Google search. So what that means is when people are going into Google and they are searching for an ad, it's going to bring that ad up through Google. So if you want to attract sellers and put an ad up on Google, you would want to select this one. Now, if we are moving over, now all of a sudden we're going to see this upside down V icon. This is Google AdSense. So the difference between the two is Google AdSense is going to be ads that are displaying on a specific website. So if you've ever been on a website before and you have seen ads either on the top of that website or on the side of that website, they are doing that through Google AdSense. So if that's something that you are looking for to just be on targeted websites that are other people's websites, you will want to choose one that has this icon right here indicating Google AdSense. So hopefully that clarified a little bit. And actually our third row that we have here is now allowing us to include TikTok. So this seems to be a new feature that we can have on command. So we can now do a non-listing video upload to TikTok that is in US and Canada only. So if you are utilizing TikTok, I would definitely suggest taking a look into this and exploring this a little further because this is a new feature. And depending on whether you feel TikTok is a good way to run your paid ads, that's now an option through command, which is really awesome. So as you can see, there are a lot of different ways that you can run ads that are specific to who you want the target to be and where you want the ad to go. So now let's get into a little bit more about how we can actually run a paid ad. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. We're going to click listing single image. When you click on this, this is going to provide the editor to start creating this paid ad. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see on the left-hand side of here of our screen, not including our menu section because that's not going to change. But on here, it's going to have all of the information where we can tailor our ad. And then over on the right-hand side is going to be the ad in real time. So you can actually see the updates that are being made to get a sense of what the ad is actually going to look like when it gets posted. So the first thing is going to be just making sure that it is connected to the correct Facebook page. So when you click on that drop down, it's going to have an additional drop down for you to select your Facebook page. So this is going to be based off of all of the accounts, or rather all of the pages that are connected under our Facebook pages section right here. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we are on the correct Facebook page. And then if you did need to link a new page, you do have that option as well here, and it will bring you into a new page. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to do that just for the purpose of this video, but we'll make sure that our page is connected. And then we can add the listing that we want to promote. So we are going to go and click on add our listing, and we can go and select our listing from the MLS that has been connected with our account. So we'll go ahead and select our listing. Now is when we get to the targeting. So this is going to be based off of only geolocation now. So you used to be able to do targeting based off of a few other options. However, now it is only going to be based off of location. We do have a few options though, however, under the location. So if we're looking under targeted or targeting rather, our options are the listing location. So we can do 15 miles, or we can take this drag or this I don't know what this is called, a slider over here, and we can click on it and start expanding our reach. So as much as you would like, or you can just click in the box and you can type it and it will adjust for you. Now, the second option is going to be a custom location. So if you go ahead and click on that, then you have the ability to choose up to 10 locations by either postal code or city. So whichever one makes more sense for you. I'm just going to do it by the radius. So now that, So now that we have done that, let's scroll down to our media type. So this is going to be the media that we are going to promote in our ad. So we do have the option to choose either an image or a video. And then over on the right-hand side, we have our drop down that if there were multiple images that were already connected to the listing, they would show up here for us to select. Now, because I just chose a random listing, I'm going to go ahead and select an image from our media library. We will choose this one, confirm and close. And then you are going to see this display over there. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so the one that I chose is not the correct dimensions for this. However, this is just going to show you that when you do select from your media library, it is now going to show you that display over on the right-hand side. It does also tell you the pixel images as well that is recommended. So if you are not liking how this looks and you want to change it up a bit, just keep in mind the pixel images that are recommended in order for this to display a little bit different. So again, that is something that is up to what you are looking for in your paid ad. Now, as we scroll down, we have the ability to personalize our messaging for our paid ad. So you'll see that we have two sections here. The first one is going to be our body text. Now, if we're looking at what this says, it's going to be right at the top. So if we're looking on the right-hand side, this body text is going to be above our image. And then our headline is going to be underneath our image, near our section for them to get to that contact form. So you can put whatever you want in here. You'll notice that actually you do have up to 255 characters to put at the top here. And as I put my cursor in this box, there's two pop-ups on this side. So we have the ability to add emojis. You also have the ability to use AI. So if you wanted to do that, we could change the style up here. We could make it a little more emotional if we wanted to, and it's going to automatically update that for you. We could click on suggest with AI and it will rearrange, it will rewrite that for us. Now, when we're all set with that, we can go ahead and click apply and it's going to update that for us. Now, one of the last things I wanted to mention here is when we do click on that, you're going to see this box and it's going to allow you to add specific content that will pull from your MLS, from the listing that we have connected to our command account. And I'll show you in just a second. I'll go back um, and we'll backtrack a bit how we can sync our MLS to our command. So if I wanted to add something specific, we can add city and then it is going to include the city name next to this. You'll see now it just added Panama City Beach. So anything like that, we can go ahead and take a look at all of this information and just click on these and you're going to see that it will just start automatically adding the listing information in there. Yep, perfect. So now the second box is going to be our headline. This is something, and this is based off of whatever you really want your messaging to be. But for here, they have number of beds and the number of baths. So something that is really going to catch their attention to want to click to get more information. So especially if, we wanted the number of beds, baths, and the price or the school district, if school district is a big draw. So you can add those two and you'll see that it will start to add it at the bottom here. Now, next we have our post lead submission destination. So what this means, this is going to be when they click on this button right here, where this is going to take them so that they can put that information in. Now, our options, we can enter a URL or we can select a landing page. The landing page is going to be connected to our KW agent website. So if we wanted to enter a URL, if you had your own third-party website that was not through the command or through KW and the command system, you could put your specific website URL here for them to then, when they click on this button, it will direct them right to that URL to then put their information in, or maybe to book a call with you, whatever you wanted that to be. Or you can click on landing page. We are going to click on this drop down and then you can choose whichever page you want them to be redirected to that is already created on your website. So if we wanted to do, we'll just do this landing page. Now our lead settings, this part is really, really valuable for when you are getting leads coming in. This is all going to be about how leads are managed and tagged after they put their information into this ad. So the first section is going to be our tags. This is going to show you how you can assign tags automatically to incoming leads. So what that means is if I had someone click on learn more, they put their information in, and then I wanted them to be tagged with a buyer tag because they are interested in this property that's for sale, I could go ahead and click on the buyer tag and they would automatically be tagged now as a buyer. Now, from there, we can automatically put them on a smart plan. So as soon as this lead comes into the system, we can now assign them to, let's say, go on our buyer smart plan. So let's just find, I can't even find one, potential buyers. We'll start with that. So we can add them to this smart plan. So as soon as they click learn more, they are getting information on the smart plan. Now you can tailor this as much as you want. So if you're thinking ahead of time that you're about to put a paid ad out for one of your, for a new listing, and you wanted to create a smart plan that is all information about this potential listing, we could create that smart plan and now have a smart plan tag them so that they get this PCB. I don't have a smart plan named this, but the PCB new listing. And we can tag them on that smart plan. So when they click learn more, they'll put their information in. And then all of the sudden, we have their information. They're now in our command account. They're tagged as a buyer. And now they're getting our follow up email communication all about this listing. So maybe then you want to start having them learn about PCB if they're, maybe even if they're not in that area or if they already are, but having something community focused so that here's all the information about this new listing. Here you go. And then the follow up email. Hey, did you know that this, and this is going on this weekend? In the area of where you're interested in the house, because then you're going to be giving them options about things going on in the community of where this listing is. So it's just a really good way to really provide that whole experience for them, and to really get your buyers engaged. And it's going to show that you are interested, you are knowing what's going on in the community. And from your seller's point of view, it's really doing a good job of making sure that you're doing everything that you can to really market this listing. So there's a ton of potential that you can do just in this section alone. So this is really something that you want to be able to utilize effectively. Now, the last thing that we're going to come to is our compliance. So if you have any compliance pieces that are required, and this is really going to be more of a market center standard, because every market center is a little different in terms of what compliance pieces are required. You do have the ability to just do your default compliance. This is going to be defaulted based off of whatever compliance information is already put into your marketing profile. If you have been set up by us when you were onboarded and you do have specific compliance pieces, then it is most likely that we have set this up for you already. And or sorry, you have the option to do custom compliance pieces. So here, you can select from the media library to add a specific compliance logo or anything else that you may need required to be on your advertisement. All right, so now that we have gone through everything here in our ad preview, and we like the way that this looks over here. Of course, I would have something that fits this square, not necessarily this rectangle, but we are going to proceed to the last step. Oh, I have to select. All right, let's go back to default. There we go. So I can get to this next step. Sometimes it doesn't want to work. There we go. Okay, so now we've gotten to our next step. We have a few more things that we need to decide. So the duration, how long we want this ad to run for. So if you click, you're going to see that we have two boxes to choose between. We have a start date and we have an end date. So if we go ahead and click on the start date, we're going to click on this little calendar icon on the right-hand side, and you're going to see that you can select when you want your date to start running. So let's say, we want it to start running tomorrow so that it can be for an extended weekend before, potentially an open house on Sunday or whatever the case may be. And the end date we can do for Monday. That way we just have a good enough time to really get enough. Now, at the next one is going to be our budget, where it's going to tell us based off of the dates that we've put in, how much this is going to cost. So you may want to adjust the dates, or you can adjust the budget based off of whatever your budget is. Now you can adjust the budget by either just clicking in this and just typing a different budget. So let's say we only wanted to spend $40. You're going to notice that the daily spend went from $10 to $8. So it's going to change the amount. It's going to change day by day based off of how many days it's going to run for and our total budget, how much it's going to break it down daily of the amount of times that it's a suggested post and that it gets put out there for people to view. So you'll just want to kind of play around with it. Like if you only want to put $20 in, and you want it to be shorter so that it's hitting people a little bit harder for only a few days, then that's something that you can kind of adjust. So you may have to play around with that a little bit just based off of what your preferences are. Now we're going to come to our billing section. So here you're just going to enter your card information, and then any promotional codes. If you happen to have a promotional code, you'll make sure on the right hand side, your order summary, you'll want to take a look just to make sure that everything looks right. So we do have it going to Facebook and to our Instagram. If we have connected our Instagram, we did not do that though. So it's only going to go to our Facebook. We have our program name, the Facebook page that it is going to, our listing that we have connected this to, and our preview of the ad. So once we are all set with that, we'll go ahead and click purchase now. Yeah, it's not going to make me it's going to say that, I don't have a card number in. But anyway, once you have finalized that, it will have that green banner at the top that says that you have gone through and started to run this ad. Now, if we go back to our dashboard, I'm going to go out of this. We're going to go back to our programs because, as a reminder, our programs are the ads that we are currently running. So once that ad goes through, this is now going to show up under our programs, and it's going to have all of our information here, the status of the ad. So it's going to say processing, and then potentially pending, and then completed, the name, the theme, the type, budget, start and end date, and the order ID. So you'll be able to manage all of your programs right under this program section. All right. So the last thing that I will go back over really quickly, if you were doing a new listing, you'll just want to go into this listing section right here. And you can click on Sync My MLS. You can search by listing address or by MLS number. And then you'll just go ahead, we'll put in we'll put in our address. We're going to find which one is our listing. We will select, click next. Oh, there's no email on that one. Let's see if there is. Nope, no email on that one. Technology is not really my friend today. All right, there we go. Third time's a charm. So it is going to pull this up. It's going to have you confirm whether you're the primary or the co-listing agent. When you select either one that does truly apply to your situation, you'll click next and it will send a verification email to your email on file with this listing in the MLS for it to then be connected. So just keep in mind, it does have to be an active listing in order for this to get connected. All right. Well, that is everything that we have for our paid ads. Thank you all so much for bearing with me through all of our little tech issues that we had today. Please, as a reminder, email us with any questions that you might have at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We also have Scott Leroy Marketing on YouTube, where we have past classes and we have our tip videos on all things Command and the KW platforms to be able to assist you and walk you through everything that you might need help with. So thank you all so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.